Have you ever noticed how easily the outside world takes control of your inner peace? One rude comment, one traffic jam, one unread message, and suddenly your mood shifts. Your chest tightens and your entire day unravels. It feels like you're a puppet and life keeps pulling the strings. But what if you could cut those strings? What if you could take your power back? Not by controlling the world, but by mastering your response to it. The Buddha once said, "Pain is inevitable, suffering is optional." This simple truth reveals a profound teaching. Most of our suffering doesn't come from what happens. It comes from how we react. A harsh word isn't what breaks us. It's the stories we spin in our minds afterward. A mistake isn't what destroys confidence. It's the shame we attach to it. The real storm isn't out there. It's in here. Buddhist wisdom teaches that the key to freedom is non-reaction. This doesn't mean apathy or weakness. It means strength. The kind of strength that stays calm in chaos, still in conflict, and unshaken in storms. When we stop reacting automatically, we stop handing our peace over to every minor disturbance. We become the eye of the storm, centered, aware, and free. In this teaching, we'll explore why non-reaction is the ultimate power, and how, through mindfulness and presence, you can begin reclaiming your energy, your clarity, and your inner freedom today. Let's get honest. Most of the pain we experience isn't caused by the event itself, but by the storm we create in our minds afterward. Think about it. A coworker offers a brief criticism. The words are gone in seconds, but your mind replays them for hours, dissecting every syllable, assigning meaning, imagining judgment. Or you go through a breakup. The relationship is ended, but your heart clings, resists, replays, regrets. The loss is real, yes, but the suffering multiplies through our reaction to it. Modern psychology calls this emotional hijacking, when your brain reacts before you can even think clearly. Your heart races, your muscles tighten, your mind spins out of control. But Buddhism taught this thousands of years ago. The Buddha described the mind as a fire. Every reactive thought you feed it becomes fuel. The more you feed it, the more it burns. And in that fire, your peace turns to ash. Now think about your daily life. Someone posts something offensive online. You immediately lash out with a comment. Later, you're still agitated, drained. Or your partner says something sharp. You snap back, the argument escalates, and no one wins. Your boss points out a mistake. You react defensively. Your confidence cracks. The pattern is everywhere. The event is neutral. The suffering is born from your reaction. Each time you react without awareness, you give your power away. You become like a thermometer, constantly rising and falling with whatever the world throws at you. But what if you stopped being a thermometer and started being a thermostat? A thermometer reflects the environment. A thermostat sets it. This is the essence of non-reaction. Choosing your emotional climate rather than being at the mercy of everyone else's weather. When you learn to pause, to observe, to respond instead of react, you begin to live from a place of conscious power. The chaos may still swirl around you, but it no longer enters your mind. You become calm, steady, unshakable. Now let's clear up a common misunderstanding. Non-reaction is not weakness. It's not passivity. It doesn't mean you become someone who gets walked on, who accepts disrespect, or who stays silent when injustice arises. In fact, non-reaction is the highest form of strength. It's the refusal to let others dictate your inner world. It's saying, you can insult me, you can misunderstand me, but you cannot shake my peace. Reaction is impulsive. It's emotional. It's immediate. It comes from ego, not wisdom. But response, conscious, Deliberate response comes from clarity. It comes from knowing who you are and no longer needing to prove it. The Buddha didn't teach us to be emotionless. He taught us to be free. And freedom comes when we choose how we act instead of being dragged by the waves of every emotion. Think about how much energy you lose when you constantly react. A moment of anger can drain you for hours. A single anxious thought can hijack your entire day. Every reactive moment leaks your life force. You become tired, scattered, resentful, not because of the world, but because you're at war with it inside your mind. Non-reaction is not just spiritual, it's deeply practical. It saves your energy. It protects your mental clarity. It keeps your nervous system calm and your focus sharp. When you stop reacting, you stop leaking. And what's left is clean, grounded power. Imagine how your relationships would change if you didn't meet every sharp word with a sharper one. Imagine how your days would feel if traffic, texts, and tension didn't control your mood. Imagine facing criticism, setbacks, or emotional chaos, and still remaining centered. That's not weakness, that's mastery. When you embrace non-reaction, you begin to lead from the inside. You become the calm eye of the storm. And from that still center, you start to make decisions not from fear or pride, but from truth. So how do you actually practice non-reaction when the heat of emotion hits you? How do you stay calm when your buttons are pushed, your ego flares, or the world seems determined to pull you into chaos? It begins with awareness. Step 1. Notice the trigger. Pay attention to the moment your body reacts. Your chest tightens. Your breath shortens. Your mind races. Instead of getting swept away, name it. Ah, this is anger. This is anxiety. This is defensiveness. Naming it disarms it. Step 2. Pause. This simple pause is your superpower. It creates space between stimulus and response. In that space, you reclaim your choice. Take a conscious breath. Let it ground you. Remind yourself, I don't have to react. Step 3. Feel without fueling. Let the emotion rise like a wave, but don't feed it. Don't add stories or judgments. Don't replay old wounds or imagine future disasters. Just feel it and let it pass. Emotions are like weather. They come and go. You are the sky. Step 4. Choose your response. Ask yourself, what would the wise, grounded version of me do right now? Often, the answer is nothing. Say nothing. Type nothing. Walk away. Or, if response is needed, let it come from calm, not chaos. Step 5. Reflect. Later, when things settle, look back. Where did I stay centered? Where did I get pulled in? This is how self-awareness grows. Every moment becomes a teacher. Every trigger becomes training. It's not about being perfect. You will still react sometimes. But the more you practice, the more quickly you'll catch yourself. The less power your triggers will have. The more you'll live with intention, not impulse. This is what the Buddha meant by mastering the mind. Not controlling life, but controlling how you meet life. One pause at a time, one breath at a time. Because peace isn't found in a perfect world. It's found in how you respond to the imperfect one. Now imagine what your life would feel like if you truly mastered this art of non-reaction. Picture waking up each morning no longer at the mercy of outside chaos. Someone cuts you off in traffic, you breathe. A loved one lashes out. You stay grounded. Bad news arrives, but your peace remains intact. This is not fantasy. This is what's possible when you stop handing your power to every trigger. When you realize that no one can disturb your inner world unless you give them the keys. The Buddha said, "Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace." And the most powerful words you can carry in your heart are, "I choose how I respond." Because that's where your true power lies. Not in controlling others, but in mastering yourself. Not in winning arguments, but in winning your peace back. Not in reacting harder, but in responding wiser. The more you practice this, the more your energy changes. You become calmer, more focused, more magnetic. People notice. You become the steady presence in the storm, and life begins to meet you at the level of your peace, not your panic. This is not weakness, it is strength. The quiet kind that doesn't shout, doesn't prove, doesn't chase. The kind that simply is. So, today, choose the higher path. Choose to protect your energy, not waste it. Choose presence over reaction, clarity over chaos, peace over drama. The world will still be noisy, but you will be still. The world will still provoke, but you will remain free. Because you've trained your mind to no longer be pulled in every direction. You've remembered who you truly are, not the reaction, but the awareness behind it. And in that awareness, you find freedom. So, breathe deeply, feel your power return. Let this be the beginning of a life led not by emotion, but by wisdom. And if this message speaks to your soul, carry it with you, live it, and share it. Because one peaceful mind can inspire 1,000 more. Let's take this wisdom from concept to daily practice. Because non-reaction isn't just something you understand once. The first step is awareness. Before you can stop reacting, you must notice when you are being pulled. Start observing your mind like a silent witness. When something upsets you, a harsh word, a disappointing email, a critical glance, don't immediately act. Pause. Breathe. Name what you feel. This is anger. This is fear. This is ego. By naming it, you create distance between you and the emotion. You are not the anger. You are the one watching it arise. The second step is stillness. Instead of fueling the emotion with stories. How could they do that? Or, I always mess up. Stay with the raw sensation. Let it rise and pass like a wave. Emotions, when not fed, dissolve naturally. This moment of non-reaction is where your strength is forged. The third step is conscious response. Ask yourself, what does my highest self want to do right now? Maybe it's walking away. Maybe it's listening deeply. Maybe it's choosing silence. Whatever it is, let it come from a place of clarity, not chaos. The fourth step is reflection. After the storm has passed, take a few minutes to look back. Did you react? Did you stay present? What triggered you? What helped you stay centered? This is how your awareness grows. Over time, your inner world transforms. You no longer live on emotional autopilot. You begin to respond to life instead of being ruled by it. You become a source of calm in a world addicted to reaction. And here's the secret. People who don't react are not emotionally numb, they're emotionally wise. They've built the inner muscle to hold space for pain without becoming it, to face challenges without losing themselves. So, next time life presses your buttons, smile gently. Their training ground, their moment of growth. And with each moment of non-reaction, you reclaim your peace and your power. As you begin to master non-reaction, you'll notice something subtle but profound starting to shift in your relationships. People begin to feel your grounded presence. You become someone who doesn't overreact, doesn't take things personally, doesn't feed drama. In a world where everyone is quick to speak and slow to listen, your calm becomes magnetic. Conflicts that once escalated now dissolve. Arguments lose their grip on you. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself or win every battle. Why? Because you realize that your peace is more valuable than being right. You stop engaging in emotional tug-of-war, and in doing so, you rise above the noise. This isn't weakness, it's mastery. The Buddha called it equanimity, a mind that remains balanced in the face of pleasure and pain, praise and blame. It doesn't mean you become cold or detached. In fact, the opposite happens. You become more compassionate. Why? Because you're no longer reacting from fear or ego. You're listening from awareness. You're speaking from clarity. You're acting from love, not reactivity. People trust those who are steady. And when others see that their chaos doesn't shake you, they begin to calm down in your presence. Your energy becomes medicine, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. Imagine a world where your partner's bad mood doesn't ruin your night, where your child's tantrum doesn't ignite yours, where criticism doesn't destroy your confidence. That's what non-reaction gives you: emotional sovereignty. You stop being a slave to every outside influence, and instead, you become the master of your inner world. And slowly, life begins to feel lighter. You carry less. You worry less. You return to your natural state, peaceful, present, powerful. So when someone tries to pull you into a reaction, remember this: their behavior is their journey. Your peace is yours. You don't have to take the bait. You don't have to respond. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is nothing at all. In the end, the greatest gift of non-reaction is freedom. Not just freedom from others, but freedom from yourself, from the ego, from habitual patterns, from the compulsion to fight, defend, and prove. You realize that peace was never something you had to chase. It was something you had to stop giving away. Every time you pause instead of reacting, you reclaim your energy. You reclaim your time, your mental space, your dignity. You begin to walk through life not as a slave to circumstance, but as a quiet master of your inner world. And that kind of mastery doesn't shout, doesn't struggle, it simply radiates. This is the art of non-reaction, not resisting life, but flowing through it with grace. Not suppressing emotion, but observing it with clarity. Not shrinking away, but standing tall in stillness. You become like a mountain, unmoved by storms, unchanged by seasons, solid in your truth. The Buddha said, just as a solid rock is not shaken by the wind, so the wise are not moved by praise or blame. When you live from this place, you stop being a prisoner of the world's chaos. You stop letting every opinion, mistake, or mood control your spirit. So let this be your practice. When the world presses on you, don't push back. When someone throws fire, don't feed the flames. Breathe, watch, choose peace. And in that moment, you rise above. Because real strength is quiet. Real power is calm. And real wisdom is not in how loudly you respond, but in how gracefully you remain unmoved. Close your eyes now and feel into this truth. You are not here to react. You are here to awaken. You are not here to be controlled. You are here to be free. And the moment you stop reacting is the moment you begin truly living. It's always been there, waiting for you to claim it. If this teaching speaks to your heart, and you're ready to reclaim your power, subscribe to this channel and join me on this path of wisdom. Together, let's practice the art of non-reaction and build a life where nothing can hurt us, because we no longer react. Thank you for watching. May you be peaceful, may you be strong, and may you be free.